Hello and welcome to Family Matters. What is the best way to bring up children? Now there's a question. Many parents are caught between what they think they should do and what they end up doing and feeling guilty about. Well, a new book by sociologist Dr. Miriam Keating might just make those parents feel a little bit better. In her new book, Bringing Up Babies, Dr. Keating questions some of the ideas we have on parenting and looks to other cultures to show how they do things differently. In each chapter, she takes a different problematic area and shows us how parents from other countries do things differently. Welcome to the show, Dr. Keating.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Let's start our discussion with the first chapter of your book. You look at the British obsession with bedtimes and making sure they get the children to bed before a certain hour.
Yes, to look at this from a different perspective, I discussed the country of Argentina. There, parents often let their children stay up late, and it's not uncommon to see children eating out late in restaurants with their parents. It doesn't seem to do them any harm. What's important is that kids get enough sleep. So if they go to bed late, they get up late, and that's exactly what they do. Furthermore, by going out in the evenings with their parents, Argentinian children learn how to socialize well and how to behave well in public from a very early age.
Oh, that's very interesting. Another familiar problem that you look at is food and the fight to get children to eat healthy foods. For a solution to this one, you take the example of France, where children are introduced to all sorts of food from a very early age.
Oh, yes, but as you say, that problem exists everywhere, even France. The difference is that, although French children are allowed to not like a food, they're not allowed to not try a food. And even if a child doesn't like a food, that's no reason never to try it again. Parents usually just wait a while and reintroduce the food a little later.
Unsurprisingly, you found that French children were a lot less fussy than the kids in the U.S. But moving on to topics other than food, talk a little about what you found in Japan.
In Japan, I discovered an interesting idea on how to deal with fighting. I observed children in a Japanese elementary school and was surprised to see that when two 5-year-olds started to argue about whose turn it was to use the computer, the teacher did nothing, even though the children were getting very loud and upset. The teacher only did something if and when the children started to get physical. But generally, the children were able to work out the problem themselves. By not interfering, the children were able to learn the important life skill of negotiating from an early age.
Fascinating. Other chapters in your book look at Polynesian islands where children are encouraged to play by themselves, and Poland where the family is always kept very close together. Do you approve of all these practices you present, Dr. Keating?
No. My book is not about approving or disapproving of any culture's parenting methods. Adults are bringing up children to be healthy, successful adults all over the world. The message of my book is that there is no single right way to bring up children. But learning something about parenting in other cultures can help parents everywhere. It can offer them creative ways to solve problems or deal with situations in their own homes. It can help parents think outside the box of their own culture.
I'm sure it can. Well, thank you, Dr. Miriam Keating, for joining us here today. The book is Bringing Up Babies, and it will be available in bookstores next month.